you go. So, you know, it's an honor to be here and recognize Mike because he's a golfer. And I'm a golfer. And we've shared that bond for a lot of years. I talk regularly with him on Monday, or actually Tuesday and Wednesday, where he played on Monday, because the guy loops, but he loves to play too. So Bill suggested I share some thoughts about the caddy yard back in the day. And I preface my comments by my total rounds caddying in my life were probably about 30. I caddied at 2 tour events, you know, when I was later. And it Overbrook probably 10 loops in my life because I aborted. And I figured out early on I needed money, is that the best opportunity to make money was to play golf and then play cards after everybody had. So nevertheless, my comments don't have a lot of credibility as a caddy, just as being been a long-time Overbrook member. So we're going to talk about the caddy yard back in the day. And there's been several eras of caddy yards in Overbrook's history. In the first era, I would categorize as minimalist. The club was minimalist in those days. If you recall, the men's locker room was down at the end of the property. They had this prefab building that was the pro shop, and they literally had a caddy yard. And it was a yard and fence, right? It had prefab fence, and there was benches in the middle of it. And then there was truly a shack. There was like truly a shack at the end of the yard, right? And as I recall, for years there was no electricity, right? And so there was everybody's fenced in this yard. It was like an internment camp, for Christ's sake. So the members, the men's locker room was down at the end of the property. There's a trail, and the members would be walking up to grab a bag, right, to get, to go play. And the loopers would sort of look up over the fence to see who was coming, and some of them would bail if it was a stiff coming up or some a-hole coming up and Mike could run into the room. And now I didn't know Mike in the day, but knowing the kind of guy he was, he would never do that. He would never run away from a bad loop. He would stand up there, raise his hand, he'd have a smile, have the head, oh yeah, fresh clothes. I mean, he looked nice. Give me the work. So the caddy yard in those days was made up of a wide disparity of people. There were guys that with their second jobs. There were college students like Bill and Hatch, and I'm sure Mike. And then there were few kids in those days, but everybody walked. So it was a thriving caddy yard. And my recollection back in the late 50s was that Fred's was the caddy master. And I remember at the back side of the pro shop, there was a window, right? And so the caddies would come up to the window to get a whatever, and they had a Stewart sandwiches that they would sell. And so that persisted until it all changed when there was a fire. Okay, and so the fire changed the dynamic of the club, and everything moved up top, and it was really a pretty calm, golf-friendly, a lot of looping, and then the next era in the caddy yard was pretty interesting. And it was pretty interesting because everything moved up top, and the caddy yard took over the old pro shop. And you could call it a lot of things as to what it turned into, but it was a whole lot more than a caddy shack. casino, for sure. And, you know, I'm sure most of you have seen the movie Caddyshack. This was a whole lot more than that. Was it not, Mike? And so you look at the profile of the caddies in those days, it was still some of the professional guys like Joe McKee and the guys that were second jobs. And then there were the names that you heard, Crazy George, Twister. I mean, these are guys that would show up in the raincoats, hadn't changed their clothes in a couple days, and then it was really all about the dynamics of the card games that went on down there. And it was like it was incredible stuff that went on down there. And Mike, you know, would be a guy that never really showed up there. He, you know, just being the clean cut, you know, friendly guy. You know, just he never got into the card game. Never saw him doing that. It was an unbelievable dynamic that went on down in the caddy experience that we all enjoyed. So the games changed a lot because of carts, and so you know, everybody walked in one day, and so today it's all changed a lot. But at the end of the day, what the game's all about is a guy that loves caddying and loves the game of golf. That's why he's here. You see him, and he just has this unbelievable, pleasant personality and smile that, you know, we've been blessed to have you here, Mike. And so,